I'm serving as a community economic development volunteer. I'm really focused on financial education. Hey, welcome back to the show, Cat in Colombia, with me, Cat. I thought for this video I would give you a closer look into my actual job description besides just saying financial education. I hope you don't mind that I prepared a slideshow to delve into this topic. But honestly, even if you did mind, I would still be doing it anyway. So today, I'm going to be talking about the set objectives for Peace Corps Colombia. Basically, the goals we should keep in mind as we approach projects over the next 2 years. As a brief reminder, SED stands for Community Economic Development, which is good for me because I studied economic development in college. Well, actually, I got a degree in international relations, concentrating in economic development, and then got a minor in economics. But anyway, we can just say that I studied economic development with a lot of other moving parts, like political science and lots of economic theory. However, most of my actual economic development education focused on how decades of development work has pretty much been a complete failure, and how costly research projects end up creating more questions rather than answers. Right now, it feels like the development field is a wide open space that is just begging for some direction. But that direction also relies on actors' personal philosophies and choices. For me, I'm really excited to be participating in said fieldwork. A common theme I found in development failure is the utilization of top-down development, or more like working within, and more importantly, trusting the confines of hierarchical systems, giving resources to the top in hopes that it will trickle down to the bottom. When in reality, there's a lot of current research and logical sense that points to grassroots development as having promise. Give resources and empowerment directly to those that need it most, and push for small community changes that can give way to greater socioeconomic and cultural shifts. I think that philosophy can be found at the base of the Peace Corps in general. So with that being said, what are the set objectives for Peace Corps Colombia? They can be grouped into 4 main points. I really like this graphic because it communicates the point that even if you focus on turning only one gear, you can influence the others and maybe completing more than one objective in your project. Number 1, community savings groups. By utilizing this tool, we aim to increase the capacity of individuals, with special emphasis on targeting women and youth for sound financial decision-making and money management. To rephrase, promote a culture of savings. This may seem like a basic economic principle to many of you, which is good, but in many of the communities in which we serve, this is a widespread, paralyzing problem. We can all agree that credit cards and credit in general are useful tools. There's no doubt about it. But when a person has 10 of them and is using credit cards to pay off other credit cards, that's when it becomes a problem. Furthermore, predatory money lenders called pagadiarios are rampant. You frequently see them zipping around on their motorcycles and pounding on door after door. They lend needed money to those in a pinch, but collect daily, hence their name, with exorbitant interest rates. If there is trouble paying back a loan, there may be threats or even acts of violence. These are just some of the reasons why this simple goal is so important. Peace Corps pushes us to focus on working with women and youth because, number 1, women are typically in charge of household finances. Many know what it means to save, but just don't know why it's important or how to start. And number 2, many children do not have the chance to finish high school, or lack the motivation. If they can have some sort of exposure to financial planning, they can hope to carry that with them later in life, no matter what path they may be on. I think I want to make a separate video actually delving into what a community savings group actually entails. I will hopefully be working with a group of women to form one in the next couple of months, so stay tuned. Number 2, high schools. By focusing our energy here, we hope to increase the capacity of school-age youth from technical high schools to incorporate financial literacy and entrepreneurial principles into successful practicum endeavors. In the past 10 years, the Colombian government has mandated for the presence of entrepreneurial education in colegios nationally. Many of my fellow volunteers are serving in communities where, due to lack of resources, entrepreneurial education is still not present in the classroom, and they are helping to co-create lesson plans with a counterpart that can meet these goals. Fortunately, my colegio is ahead of the curve there. Entrepreneurial education for students starts in 8th grade. The technical aspect of the colegio centers on accounting, starting in 9th grade. Some other volunteers, however, may be working with agriculture, animal husbandry, gastronomy. It all depends. But back to my colegio. In 9th grade, the standard accounting curriculum starts, and tests are given to determine those that will continue farther with the technical program. Think of it kind of like an honors program. The top 30 students are chosen and have after-school classes once a week until they graduate. They will then, in theory, have a leg up to finding a job. The after-school classes are provided by SENA, but we'll get to explaining that in a moment. So basically, just because there is entrepreneurship present in the national curriculum, or even present in the colegio, doesn't mean that it's effective. Our job as volunteers is to observe what can be implemented and/or improved to effectively reach students, hopefully with skills and ideas that will stay with them later in life. Number 3, SENA SER. So to get into this topic, it's important to touch base about what SENA is. SENA stands for El Servicio Nacional de Aprendizaje, or the National Service of Learning. It is a government agency that provides free technical education to the Colombian adult population, with the goal of creating a competitive trained workforce. Those that participate with SENA can enter into programs ranging from mechanical engineering to food processing to beekeeping. They have partnered with high schools nationally to recruit students, probably in hopes of lowering dropout rates, or to give students another option, because university study is an exception rather than the rule. Peace Corps has in turn partnered with SENA. SENA SER, or SENA Emprende Rural, focuses on rural education, such as agriculture and animal husbandry education. When a class is provided to a rural town, the departmental office sends a technical and commercial teacher every 15 days to the town for 5 to 8 months. They teach the technical aspects of the class, as well as how to form a business, colectivo, or other working association with that technical knowledge. By working on this objective, we want to increase the capacity of participants to incorporate financial literacy and enhanced entrepreneurial skills into entrepreneurial projects. Peace Corps volunteers team up with the commercial teacher to give more insight to lesson plans, and then are available to continue on with the class members at the conclusion of the course. Many choose to attend technical classes as well to further become a motivator and collaborator with the community members. Number 4. Business advising, Fondo Emprender, Cacao for Peace. It's first important to mention Cacao for Peace. It's a really interesting project that was formed by other development and aid agencies, as well as American universities. After the 2017 peace accords, partly closing the chapter of a decades-long civil conflict in Colombia, there is an incredible amount of work to be done, aiding and reintegrating displaced peoples. Furthermore, it is important to find ways of reintegration that do not rely on the production of illicit crops, such as coca, which makes cocaine. Cacao for Peace aims to provide the resources and education for farmers, primarily of indigenous populations, to switch from coca plants to cacao plants and enter the global chocolate market. But since I'm not living in the area of the coast that focuses on this project, no chocolate for me. So, We're just focusing on business advising and Fondo Emprender. This objective aims to equip business owners and/or members of associations with the knowledge and skills needed to assess and manage their business effectively. This could take place by helping teach budgeting or infrastructure investment, how to separate personal funds from business funds. There's really a lot that goes into it, and every case is unique. One of the ways that brings in Sena is applying for seed capital through Fondo Emprender. This video is definitely the streamlined version of how all of this works, but hopefully it gets the ideas across. Now you may understand a little bit more about why we had training for 3 months. I encourage you all to do your own follow-up Googling. Let me know if you like videos like this. I'm trying to figure out what things to make, and I'm open to suggestions. This was a lot of work, but I enjoyed it. So with all of that being said, I'll catch you on the flip side.